This podcast is brought to you by the Podtower, hosted by the Watchtower database. Visit youtube.com/thepodtower for informative, hilarious DC animation-themed podcasts and live streams every week. And check out the Watchtower database for DCAU video essays, timelines, fan theories, and more. And please, enjoy the show.
Uno, two, tres.
Why was two in English?
Because I use three different languages.
Yeah, but you could have chosen one or three, or what'd you make the middle? What does that say about you? Do you consider it your second language, English?
I don't consider Spanish my first.
Welcome to Jamie's therapy.
Let's do it.
Of English?
Let's do it. Man, I got some problems.
I'm not going to be able to help. Sorry.
Where do you want to start? I'm supposed to be like, I don't know. I've decided that I'm going to be like giving away like secrets of yours at the end of each episode. And I've done that once. And you should start with you giving me therapy so I can be better.
Well, I mean, the secret of me this week is my back hurts a lot, but it's not really a secret.
That's a secret that I got to tell.
Oh, okay. Just at the end say, I know something you don't know.
Yeah.
Jamie's back hurts a lot.
Yeah, deal.
They're like, gotcha.
Okay, now fix my head.
Oh, where's a hammer?
That way.
I used to know where the hammer in our house was, just because Mom keeps moving it places. Welcome back, everybody. Is episode last episode I said like, it's episode whatever because I didn't have the thing in front of me. That was episode 140, and I didn't get to like
cares?
woo about it. Yeah,
Whatever. Just a factor of 10.
Yeah.
The factor of 14.
It doesn't. There's numbers. You're not even halfway done. This is episode 141. Jump on the Bat-Wagon.
Whoa!
I'm Jamie from the Watchtower Database YouTube channel. I'm just gonna call myself that now. You and one other. You call me Jamie. My friend Micah, who you've met from high school, calls me Jim. Everybody, and those are the only two people that do that.
Most of the people in my circle now call you Jamie.
Call me Jamie. Yeah. I have. It's an adjacentness to Brian that allows the
Jamieism
carryover. Yeah.
Okay, listener, there is one of you out there. There's a lot of you out there that I've never talked to, that I've never seen, that have never written in. I'm gonna need you to start referring to James in your life. And your head and everything as Jamie. So just please.
I say all of that, but then there's also every single time someone sends an email and calls us a different name than our actual names. So I guess those don't count, but whatever. Yeah.
Whatever. We're not here to do a podcast.
Nope. I'm here to show whoever
and I'm Brian.
My good buddy Brian. The entire DC animated universe from start to finish for the very first time in the controversial Airdate order.
I'm the one who laughs.
These shows. Yeah, I am the one who laughs. He may view these shows the way human beings, whatever those are, experience them in the far gone days of the 1900s. At the time of this recording,
1:42 p.m.
The new Batman Adventures is streaming on Max. And available on DVD and Blu-ray. Hell yeah. Are we done with the dog thing? Is the dog thing over? You're kind of over it, I think.
Max and Rose are over there.
Whatever, yeah. Is this dog thing of yours having dogs? Is that over?
Are you done? Are you just done with that dog thing already? I in coordination, I don't know, saved the cutest pit bull puppy from my neighborhood the other day. I was driving to a gig. And there was this lady with her like hazards on. I'm like, there must be a hazard up ahead. And I like put my hazards on. And then there's just like a pit bull puppy, like 6 months old in the middle of the road. And she's doing the like, come here, puppy, come here. And it's like, okay. And I was just like leaning up. I'm like, you need a hand? And she's like, yep. And so I happen to have a couple of like slip lead, like more or less disposable, cheap slip leads.
Dog stuff.
Yeah, in my trucks, I just whipped out one of those. I'm like, we're hooking up this dog. And it was just like, hello, I want to be your best friend. I'm like, I really want this dog.
Have too many dogs,
but, and also like wanted to help the dog, of course. But he's just so cute.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, do you need a hand getting into the car? And she's like, I don't think so.
The universe seems to be telling me to get a pet because there's keeps being instances of people with cats available or dogs available, or they inherited a pet that's they don't want. And I'm like, oh God, but I just don't have room in my house or a yard with a fence or anything good. So I can't do it. Maybe a cat eventually. I can. They'll just run away and be someone else's dog.
Or
That's how the world works.
You
Sometimes you just lose your dog. I don't know.
Wow. just cut that one right now.
I just commit to the.
Wow, that's so sad, dude.
Today we're watching the new Batman Adventures episode, Old Wounds, which you correctly predicted was Batman and Nightwing beef explanation.
I actually knew this was coming. Not that I'd whatever. I just remembered from last week.
No. Yeah. You didn't, I'm sure, listen back to last week's podcast because why would you? Because you don't do that.
Yes.
But there was a bit where you went pee, and then I told the listener I thought it was funny how much you were complaining about the Nightwing Batman beef because that was the next episode and everybody knew it. And and then you correctly guessed somehow that that's what it was. And I'm like, hell yeah. I was very proud of you. And I still
Thank you. Proud enough to get a dog for like a day or two and then let it run away? No?
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Well, now I have to keep that in because no one knows what you mean. Why would you suggest the dog would just run away immediately, Brian?
Just take it out. Take everything out.
Friday, October 3rd, 1998, 8:30 a.m. on Kids WB.
Fox WB.
You know, I've written here 1 week after our last episode, Critters. It's actually after our last episode, Animal Act. I'm so stupid. Don't even worry about it. I'm changing it for myself and nobody else. This aired number 18 and produced number 17 between Animal Act and The Demon Within. It was produced much later and we watched it much earlier.
Wow.
As is the zany zaniness of the Airdate. Written by Rich Fogel, directed by Kurt Gaeta, music by Shirley Walker, and animation by Coco Dong Yang.
Oh, I didn't think you were going to say Yang. I thought you were going to say something else.
Coco Dong. What comes instead? What is happening? Oh, okay. It's this fucking...
James is having a stroke, guys. I gotta go save him.
There's a big like wood chipper shit where you like in the tree, push in the tree, and then the chips come out. It's been outside my house for days, and I'm really glad that it's happening right now while we're recording the podcast. It's the perfect timing. Buy us a coffee. Head over to the link in the description to send us a Yoppie beverage and support the show. We'll give you a shout out in an upcoming episode, and we'll plug your shit. Okay. We'll also do a push-up for every $1. So send us coffee for our health and your having to listen to us do push-ups on an audio medium. Today's Yoppie Bevs come to us from the Lova, who bought 3 Yoppie Bevs. Yeah. Just started following and loving the podcast. Thanks for justifying my feelings regarding Torch Song.
We did it just for you. Welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Do you have anything that you want us to like?
Yeah, there's no, I think this was before we said to plug things. That this
Which is,
came in.
I would love to retroactively, currently and also retroactively say that if you just want to buy us a Bev, that's okay. If you also got something in your life that you're proud of that you want us to tell people about or something cool, you can tell us that. And if you bought us one and like in this instance, you didn't have a plug for us, feel free to let us know after the fact and we will let everybody else know.
Not everybody does things.
Yeah.
Some people just listen to jump on the Bat-Wagon and send money to it.
You can like tell us your victories in your everyday life. You're like, I'm doing push-ups with the Yoppie dudes.
Yeah,
like,
do them with us, in fact, right now. 15 of them.
Okay, let's do it.
Actually, I don't know if I can do a push-up right now, so I'll find out.
Do you want me to do... Wait, Jamie. Why don't you stay there? Do you want me to do 30 for you?
What should I do instead?
Cheer.
I'm trying to think of a physical thing I can do with like just my shoulders and up.
You just stay there and don't be injured. I'll do 30.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Lova. I'll get to watch Brian. Nice pants.
Oh, thank you. 1. You can count 2.
Woo.
3.
4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Rose. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. Oh, he's still going. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay, Brian, stop. 27. I'm not going to start.
There you go.
He did 31. Well, kind of 30 and stood up. 30 and a half.
30. It's 15 for me and 15 for you.
Oh, I see what you were doing.
See?
I thought I was just
the listener must get their push-ups.
Strengthen Brian's backs so that vicariously he can send back juices into my back.
Ew.
Okay, let's go watch old wounds. I have a new wound.
Wow. Ew.
Gross. Hang on, is there a good button for this? Do you feel
disappointed
in me?
More disgusted.
Oh wait, I got a good new one. Sorry, I rearranged all the sounds, everybody. Okay, listen.
Please clap.
As requested.
I'm very happy with that. Thank you.
I also just have it by itself.
Please clap.
I thought the crickets in conjunction worked pretty
Please
well.
clap.
You see?
Please clap.
It won't stop. Oh God.
Oh my God.
Master Bruce, Miss Gordon, I see you've discovered our little secret. Yes, I admit it. I am Batman.
It's all right, Alfred.
Very good, sir.
Why would you trust me with this?
For Dick's sake. Besides, I'm not the only one with the secret, am I? Batgirl.
How did you...
I make it my business to know.
Excuse me, sir, this comes at a most inopportune moment, but might I suggest you tune into the local news?
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, I like having Nightwing's theme in my head stuck is still, he has got the golden ticket. I can't not hear it. Well, dearest Miss McBrick Brian, can you please tell me it's time to...
Sing up, sing up.
Oh,
if
I think that
you're
worked.
wondering, sing up, what you just watched. Sing up, take a listen to the synopsis. The short summary, which is sometimes kind of long.
Now, judging by your very frowny face as we walked back into the room, it's safe to assume that you were
disappointed
by this episode. I guess we'll get into it after you tell me what happens.
Let's get into it after I tell you what happens.
After you tell me what happens. I'll play the song.
Yeah. Okay, so Robin's like, bad guys, I'm going to get you. And then one of the bad guys is like, no, I'm going to get you. And then get away. And then Nightwing's like, I'm going to get the bad guys. And then berate you for it. And then Robin's like,
child.
Why don't you and Batman kiss anymore? And he's like, Timmy, we got to have a talk. And then we get a big old flashback. And the beef boils down to Batman was roughing up a bad guy in front of his presumably wife and child. Mm-hmm. And Robin was like, fuck that shit. And then...
he also missed his graduation.
He missed his graduation, which they didn't really touch on.
No, he didn't get mad at him for it, yeah.
And then Batman and Barbara Gordon, a.k.a. Batgirl, a.k.a. also Bruce before that, are like, hey, let's just tell each other our deepest, darkest secrets in my sex dungeon. And Barbara's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, the way that he's like, come with me. And he opens the door and she just goes, okay. Like she has a moment of hesitation.
No. He does not open a door. He opens a clock.
Oh, that's true. He opens a hole in the wall behind his clock. Yeah, and instead of having really much reservation at all, she just goes like, interesting, and goes down there. Don't do it, Batgirl. That's how you get locked in a basement for 30 years with minimal food and one toilet. So I speak as if this has happened to me before. It's very specific details.
It's pretty specific, Jamie. And they're all like, Batgirl, Batman, oh my God, Dick is Robin, what? And then they go to fight the Joker. I really liked Alfred's like coming out like, oh, this is like protocol Q. If somebody gets down here, I have to claim that I'm Batman. And they'll totally believe it.
I do like that. Yeah, he's in like acting mode of like, yes, you've discovered our secret. I am Batman. And then Batman just says, or Bruce says like, it's okay, Alfred. And he's like, very good, sir. And just walks away. Like, oh, protocol Q deactivated, on my way.
Yeah. And then so Batgirl, Batman go to fight the Joker on top of a building, and Robin finally gets back to Wayne Manor and is all like, what? They went where and they're doing what? And then
they're having
to
sex in
join
the
fight.
Batmobile? Not without me. It runs up.
So that happens. And then Robin gets pissed at the end of the battle after like beating the Joker, which is kind of weird. It seems a little out of place. And then he's like, that's it, I quit. And he throws his cape and he throws his mask, but he keeps everything else.
Him.
And he punches
throws
him.
his fist.
He throws bones at
Which
Batman's
you almost
face.
missed. I was like darting my eyes between you and the episode because you were leaning over like picking dog hair off your pants or something.
Oh.
I'm like, he's going to punch him. Please, God, look at the TV.
I was there.
You didn't. You got it. Yeah.
I had my periphery vision activated.
Protocol P. No, that's when we get up to P, I think.
Yeah, that's what we just did. Protocol P. And then we get out of the flashback and Robin's like, well, Dick, why don't you stop being a dick? And Nightwing now is like, you know what? You're right. And then they like, oh, bat signal. Let's all go together. Hold hands. The end.
Yeah. After that, he sees that Bruce Wayne hired that random man.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Because he's got a heart. He's a good man. That's the thing. That's the thing that pissed me off and I guess we can get into that later.
Yeah, we're in it now. Well, let me tell you the official synopsis.
Yeah.
The original Robin, Dick Grayson. Oh, sorry. I'll speak with exaggerated punctuation per the thing. Okay.
Love it.
The original Robin, Dick Grayson, recounts to the new Robin, Tim Drake, why he and Batman broke up as a crime-fighting team. There's commas in some places.
I love that. Good. We need more commas in the world these days.
There's not really any description of the why they broke up in the thing, but I guess that's good so that you could read TV Guide and go, oh, interesting, I'll watch the episode instead of knowing what happens. But
yeah, see? There you go.
So you have beef with the beef? Did you not beef? You beef? You didn't like it?
overall, I liked it. Okay. But it was just the like, in all the stuff, in all of the Batman history, and like since they broke up, the stuff that they've done together, well, they got beef, but we're still going to fight these criminals. It's like this one dude, Robin goes to return a wallet. They find the crime scene from the beginning of the episode. And the guy's just like, yep, Bruce Wayne, he even checks in on the little guys. He's such a good guy. And then Robin's like, you know what? That's it. That was the thing I needed. That put me over the edge. Yeah. I really want to be buddies again because of this singular, isolated incident. And I just don't get it.
It is weird. Like, I don't know. I was trying to think if this was a Airdate fuckery thing, but not really, because this was produced after Animal Act. But there's already been like 3 different episodes, maybe 4, I can't remember, where one of them was a dream. Never mind. Where Nightwing is just like, I'm going to work with Batman. I work with Batman, but I'm begrudging about it. I don't do it out of fun. But he's still there. But then the very end of this episode almost feels like it should be the first time we see Nightwing or something, because he just goes, like, I guess it's time that I rekindle my bat friendship, and they fly away. And it's like, but you were doing that last episode. You were at the circus eating hot dogs together. Like, what are you talking about? So it was a little odd. What I was trying to think the whole time, because obviously I know this is a very, infamous episode or whatever, famous episode.
Is it?
Whichever way you want to go with it. Just we finally get to see why he's not Robin anymore and that kind of stuff.
It's famous that it's infamous.
Infamous. I'll make him infamous. I was trying to think the whole time why, like, what I would have preferred, if not this, to be like a reason why they broke up, because it does feel just kind of random and like as if you're supposed to believe it's the culmination of a bunch of beef that they've been having. But I was kind of looking for it as we watched B-Tast, like, are there any hints of them like being weird with each other? And there's like every once in a while where Robin will make some kind of comment about like, yep, Batman's always just telling me what to do or whatever, but he gets over it in like 10 seconds. So it never really elevated. The only thing I could really think of was Robin's Reckoning, where he's just like, don't go find the guy that killed your parents because you're going to make a poor decision. And Robin's like, no, fuck you. I'm going to do it anyway. You can't tell me what to do. And that almost felt like if this was like a 2-part episode, that would have been the way to do it to like a reason why he leaves Batman is like, Batman, that was the line you couldn't cross to not let me go after the guy or something like that, instead of just like, oh, Batman's being real Batman right now and there's a kid in the room and fuck this, I'm leaving. Like he's just he's so mad about that. Like I kind of get it, like, you know, he was child but you know, I don't know.
I mean, also like Batman's childhood parents.
Batman's childhood adults, whatever those are called.
You know, they were like murdered and everything, and it's like, you know, you're kind of like as like, for me, like first time watcher, this dude who's just like making sure that nobody, you know, breaks in while the Joker's stealing stuff from whatever the fuck building that was.
Museum slash armament storage.
Yeah, like government armament warehouse.com, but like the real
they called it
brick
like
and mortar.
The space museum or something like that. I don't even know.
That was also pretty loose. The guy was like, he was just a lookout. We get the idea that he's not like a really, really bad guy. He's just associating with the bad guys. Maybe he just needs some money or something like that for his family. They live in a shitty apartment, whatever.
They only have money for space guns and helmets, but not food.
Right. So it's like, well, what's the reality here? Like, we have a dad who's like trying to like make some money or whatever. He's fallen with the wrong crowd and he's getting roughed up in front of his family. Does his family not deserve to know the truth of his situation? Should they be like, you know, tiptoeing around as to not, you know, rock that boat too much? But it's like, well, no, like Batman and Robin come bursting in through your house and the guy gets pinned against the wall. Obviously he's doing something wrong. That family should like talk to you and get some therapy.
What's going on? Yeah. Me, the therapist.
Yeah.
This was a scene that in another episode that I've now watched for the first time after having a kid, where I sort of felt more like, oh shit, like you really shouldn't be doing this or whatever. Whereas before I was like, yeah, okay, that seems sort of stupid that Batman's doing that, but I don't get why he's so deeply upset about it or whatever. I think I feel at least a little bit more understanding of it now, but it was still not necessarily enough for me, I guess. I think we tend to focus on a lot of the bad things about what we tend to focus on that. I will say that the overall emotion I got from the entire like flashback segment, which is basically most of the episode, was enough. I think I think knowing that it's kind of the feeling you get when you know you're watching the season finale or series finale of some show where you're like, damn, literally everything that happens is really important. And like, it's going to be leading to, oh my God, like I got to pay attention to every single thing that's happening. While that's sort of like manufactured because, you know, like this important episode or whatever. So I was trying to separate myself from that, knowing this important episode, while not, you know, just taking it for as if this was any old Penguin shit or whatever. So
love Penguin shit.
Yeah, I love Penguin shit. My on my tombstone right now because I'm dead.
Spooky
I don't know.
Halloween.
Oh my goodness, I'm a ghost. I'm the ghost of Christmas Robin past. I think I don't know. There was just not enough depth to that, but I think this really is one that I feel like should have been 2 parts or something, because maybe I'll just get to the triv now, but this was also, the script for this episode was both turned into this episode and turned into a 5-issue comic series that has like way more detail to like every scene of this thing. So,
I think, dude, that's what I want. Like, I don't want to come into this like a major fucking bummer and say, okay, wait, is bummer, is that like only American slang? Like, Ashley, write in, let me know. Bummer. Does bummer make sense? British friends, does that, British Dylan Pollock, does that make sense?
Yeah. Come on, British Dylan Pollock, chime in. Where are you?
You know, I think it is like, I understand. I'm not just always a dick, but like, I understand, like, you got 20 minutes to tell a story. But
For
like,
Dick's
yeah,
sake,
just the
he
like,
said.
the kid and the wife are like scared and upset about Batman. But it's like, there's a bigger point to it than that. And it just didn't.
Yeah, I mean, you could have.
Yeah.
They just didn't have time to linger on things, like is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because the during the synopsis we're like, oh, he also didn't go to his graduation, but they didn't really touch on that. The comic version has like a whole little bit of him being pissed that Batman didn't show up to his graduation, and then there's also a whole bit where Bruce, Barbara, and Dick are all playing tennis, and they had previously been fighting some random bad guys with Batgirl, and Batman notices that Batgirl's tennis technique is like the same as Batgirl's something else technique. Like he's like, oh, she must be Batgirl.
That's
then
dumb.
That's in this they
I'm
just
sorry,
condense
it's real
this.
dumb.
They just condense it down to like it's my business to know these things or something, which I guess is technically better, but it was I don't know. I sort of missed that moment
For
of
such an
discovering
important
that. Yeah.
episode. They skim over the most important of things.
Yeah. Well, and the comic series does also have an entire issue being the Sins of the Father episode, the Tim Drake origin episode, because it's like the final issue or whatever, where like now we've wrapped around to the new Robin. And it also has an entire issue dedicated to Dick Grayson, like going around overseas and learning different like fighting techniques like Bruce Wayne did. To become Nightwing and donning the Nightwing costume and all this kind of stuff, which isn't super important. Like you can just kind of fill in the blanks in your head or whatever. But the issues that focus on this exact story you saw in the episode do have enough more to them that they kind of fill in stuff that you wish was in this.
Okay.
I also have just never quite understood, other than probably budget reasons, why everyone, Batman, Batgirl, the Batmobile, Joker, everybody just looks like their new Batman Adventures selves. And when this is supposed to be in like Batman the Animated Series time period.
Oh,
so Robin has his
they're not gonna
BTAS
switch.
costume, but well, I know that's the thing though, is in the comic version, they have their BTAS costumes, Batgirl and Batman and all that stuff. So it's like, which is the real thing or whatever. And I just wish that they had the old costumes, even if they were simplified, like the new look of the show or whatever, just for the sake of being of timeline things that make me mad, you know? But
Well, it's not like in the timeline they changed their faces. Joker didn't,
I
like,
mean,
dye
Joker's
his
not
eyeballs.
a good example. No, I mean, he would have been the same. But if Batman had his blue costume with the oval around the bat, and Batgirl had her gray Adam West Sub-Zero costume and stuff like that.
Yeah,
When
I
you
get
brought
I
up,
get you.
because you even asked me, wait, so do she knows that they're Batman and Robin, right? Oh, wait, no, they know. And I'm like, just watch, because it was nobody knew anybody until they all revealed themselves to each other in the same 5 minutes. Or
I don't know
whatever.
why that was, and I think I was probably just like extrapolating or combining with Superman or something like that. But it was just, I couldn't keep it straight.
When we were watching Sub-Zero, she's in her Batgirl costume at the start of it, like beating some guys up outside the party or whatever, and you were like, wait, so they know she's Batgirl? And I'm like, no. And then, but it's not very clear in that movie, even that they don't know that she's Batgirl. Why wouldn't they? It's just so coincidental that Mr. Freeze needed to kidnap the girl who is Batgirl, and Batman and Robin would go to save her. But they don't know she's Batgirl, and she doesn't know they're Bruce and Dick. They just happen to be, oh, that's actually my boyfriend down there, but I don't know it or whatever. And then the same thing in this where, oh, now we're in nebulous random time period in the past. Who knows who is who? I don't know. So even the fact that it took me years to figure it out is not a good sign for you. So.
I feel in good company. Thank you for that.
Yeah. What did you think about the Joker's role in this episode? You seem to be pretty happy that he was there.
I liked
enjoying
it.
his dialogue. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just I also like they referred to his dogs, his hyenas, as his kids.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't hit your kids. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I do.
Yeah. That's very good Joker dialogue in this overall.
Yeah,
I really liked
he's
his broadcast where he's like,
oh, that was hilarious.
What did he say? Like it's gonna be smashing or whatever, and then they smash the airplanes into each other, and the buildings that say like Children's Hospital,
yeah, it's
and
like orphanage and
something.
church or something like
yeah,
that.
church. That's what it was. Yeah. I just wish his eyes were good, you know.
Jamie, we all
at
do.
your feet? What are you doing?
Don't
Picking
you
your
worry about
toenails?
me.
Okay.
I'm fine, okay?
My back hurts. You got toenails. We all have our problems. The cast.
Gimme.
Okay. It's mostly returning people. It's Kevin Conroy as Batman / Bruce Wayne. It's Tara Cherendoff as Batgirl / Barbara Gordon. It's Lauren Lester as Nightwing / Dick Grayson. It's Lauren. That's the new button that I made. It's Matthew Valencia as Robin / Tim Drake.
Disappointed!
It's Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. as Alfred. It's Mark Hamill as the Joker.
Books!
It's Townsend Coleman as Rocco, one of Joker's henchmen. Rocco was previously voiced by Robert Costanzo in Harley and Ivy and also appeared in Joker's Favor. So that's another thing, is that they have Joker's like BTAS hench guys with him, and they look pretty much the same, but they couldn't make everyone else look the same. Anyway,
I'm sorry for what that does for you.
I know, it hurts me. The explanation we've always put out there, and it's very loose, and we understand that it is, but it's just that like Dick Grayson is sitting on a dock or whatever with Tim Drake, and he's like telling him the story. So why would Tim Drake necessarily see them in his head as anything but what he's used to or whatever?
That's actually pretty good.
So it mostly works, if not for the fact that the comic version of this shows Tim Drake is on like an adjacent building rooftop watching them fight the Joker at the end of this episode. So
that's the comic, not this episode.
I suppose so. Townsend Coleman was previously Chick in It's Never Too Late, programmer in Steel and McGorry's, co-pilot in Livewire, captain in the Promethean, Muggsy in Double Talk, and additional voices in Batman and Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero.
Wow, the best movie.
The best movie that you like. Neil Ross as Henshaw, the other guy. Same voice actor as in Harley and Ivy. He also appeared in Joker's Favor. Ian Buchanan as Connor. He played a character named Stan Kovacs in the 1990 Flash TV show. He was Sherlock Holmes in Batman the Brave and the Bold. Dutch, this is two big things. Were Dutch in 252 episodes of General Hospital, and Dr. Greg Madden in 25 episodes of All My Children. So he's like soap opera guy.
Wow.
He was also Dick Tremaine in 11 episodes of Twin Peaks, who was an employee at Horn's department store who potentially impregnates Lucy Morin. I've written.
I'm sorry.
That jogs any memories.
What's the character's name?
Dick Tremaine in Twin Peaks.
Oh, that guy.
That guy.
Okay.
I don't know him. He'll be back as two more notable characters later.
Cool.
Last, we have Pamela Hayden as Gina, who is his wife in the apartment. This is her only DCAU acting credit. She plays Douglas McNoggin, the little brain-looking dude in Lloyd in Space.
Don't know that.
She is Connie in Where the Fuck Is the Button Anymore?
Oh.
Hey Arnold, who was one of the two popular girls in that one episode. You come over here. No, you come over here. That whole thing. And then she's mainly known as the voice of Milhouse on The Simpsons.
Oh, wow. She had a like do nothing role in this one, though, didn't she?
Yeah, she really did. I think she was probably also the kid. I was kind of listening for it, and he sounded Milhouse-ish. I had
It was just like, Bart!
Yeah, it's all right. I've been watching through The Simpsons a lot lately. Like I started at the beginning maybe a year ago.
Nice.
And I've occasionally just been watching another episode or two. I've been writing down a lot of good like cutaway gag quotes to use in Watchtower videos. There was a whole episode about them going to a Comic-Con. I'm like, shit, I'm going to be writing down like half the lines in this episode.
That's how genius works, though, Jamie. You just keep doing you.
Thank you. Let's see, Trivs. I'll just read the one I've got at the top, which I've already sort of explained to you, but this episode's flashback also adapted into the 5-issue limited comic series, The Batman Adventures: The Lost Years, which bridged the gap between BTAS and TNBA, explaining how Batman discovered Batgirl's identity, following Dick's journey across the world, training with various foreign countries' top fighters, and exploring Tim's life before becoming Robin, including his witnessing the final fight between Batman and company against the Joker. Though it is commonly believed the episode was based on the comic, since it came out several months earlier, the comic's actually based on the script of the episode, but expands the details through extra scenes that would have taken too long for the television episode.
Dude,
But,
the more I think about it, the more I think your call of making it at least a 2-parter that's the right move.
I mean,
For an episode with this much gravitas.
Yeah, well, I wonder if that's based on me knowing there's more to tell that's missing, or if it's just in general what it felt like. What do you feel about it?
I don't know that I necessarily. I think I could have come to that conclusion on my own. I'm a big boy. I got big boy thinking brain. No, I don't.
I should just lend you my copy of The Lost Years so you can read it.
Yeah,
and be like, oh, all the other stuff. Okay, interesting.
I'm checking all the comics off of my reading list. Mm-hmm. So I could add that. Yeah, I finished The Crow.
Good.
Yeah, thank you.
You thought it was bad.
I'm sure. On to, it was so bad. It was actually I was surprised how like disjointed it was, though it makes sense more with like the character. Like with his, like him and his like hallucinations or whatever when he's like speaking to anyway. So I finished The Crow, and now I got to read the next in the series of The Last Ronin, the Ninja Turtles one, which is like, have you read that?
No, but I know it of it, and you told me you were reading it.
Do it. Yeah, my buddy's just like, oh, you finished the last one I gave you? Here's the next one. I'm like, oh, it's going to be one of those relationships. Okay.
I just bought a book to read.
What?
That's I know, it's crazy. I'm probably not going to actually read it, and I'll listen to the audiobook or something, but it's Batman Resurrection is what it's called, and it's set after the first Tim Burton Batman movie, but before Batman Returns. Oh. So it's like this direct sequel to that
Batman
one.
Returns.
Batman is coming later. There's another, they already announced because of how well it's sold that there's a sequel coming to the book that I assume will also still be before Batman Returns. So he's still on his way. He's still getting there. That's the name of that one. Anyway. This story that we just watched on TV, not the ones we're talking about, follows a more pre-1985 version of Dick retiring from Robin on his own accord, rather than the post-Crisis on Infinite Earths version where he was fired by Batman after being shot in the shoulder by the Joker. Batman just went like, you don't get to do this anymore. This is too dangerous. And you get out of here.
What? Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm glad would you have preferred that over just being like, get the fuck out of my face. And
no.
Like, oh, okay, now we have beef.
No, not necessarily. Because that's also like, I feel like you can kind of pull from that, some meaning and some understanding. This is just like, I don't like how you roughed up the guy who was assisting the Joker and potentially killing millions of people. I'm out of here.
It almost needed
who my girlfriend is? Goodbye.
Yeah. How about instead of Sub-Zero, we got this as a movie where there's a lot more to the story, and it leads up to Robin quitting. And,
make Sub-Zero 22 minutes, take away the CGI. It would be a fine movie. Make this an hour and a half, and it would be great.
Well, let's reverse time and go tell them to do that. Mm-hmm. This is one of only 2 episodes to feature the entire Bat family, Batman, Batgirl, Robin, and Nightwing, in their current costumes. Though Batman and Batgirl are only seen in the flashback, and Tim Drake is only seen in present day. The other episode to show all 4 heroes in costume is Over the Edge. However, neither episode shows all 4 together in costume at the same time.
And they weren't arm wrestling. What the fuck?
Yeah, what the hell? Joker paraphrases the famous line by astronauts of the Apollo 13 mission, April 13th, 1970, "Houston, we've had a problem." And when he says, "Houston, we have a problem," I didn't realize it wasn't "Houston, we have a problem." So we've had a problem. And just like Batman will return later.
Pedantry Corner, population us.
Well, here's the further pedantry is that the Triv originally on the DCAU wiki was attributing the line to the 1995 Apollo 13 movie. And I was like, are you fucking kidding? It took me like 10 seconds to Google to make sure that they actually said that on the actual mission. And yes, they did. Like,
this is on par, and I'm sorry, I'm going to call out half the listener here. To people born around or after 2001 who thought that the September 11th attacks were associated roughly with like World War II, like it was like a Pearl Harbor thing.
Oh, what?
Had that conversation before, and apparently it's not that uncommon of an understanding.
Wow. Robert Sterling thought 9/11 was 50 years before it was.
Robert,
really
come on. Get it together, man.
I know. This episode, this is the last thing I've got, has featured on 3 different Watch Mojo top 10 lists. In top 10 funniest Mark Hamill Joker moments, the radar jamming took number 6. I assume the little TV broadcast. I don't know what else he could have done. Although I did really like his oh, Batgirl, huh? And then he just spins the thing and slams her off the rooftop.
I love that level of like nonchalance that he has. Is that a word? Nonchalance? Past tense of being nonchalant?
Nonchalance? Yeah, I would assume.
Cool. Somebody who's smarter than me, please correct me. He's just like, we're like, oh, Joker, you're fucking creepy. And then he like slaps her off the building with her. And you're like, fuck, that was a pretty good move. Yeah. So everyone's like blowing you, like shooting guns and like trying to like kill her. And he's just like, bap. And she goes flying off.
And then what did you think of?
No, we're not talking about it. No, we're not talking about Robin's jet-propelled handlebars. We're not going to talk, like ejector handlebars. Yeah. We're not going to talk about his precise trigonometry with terminal velocity deceleration and understanding exactly how high his handlebar ejector things could go. And we're not going to talk about
like 40 stories.
And we're not going to talk about meeting at the perfect apex of her terminal velocity, sending her downward, him decelerating to a stop, and then gravity taking over, and then her still going just fast enough that he could grab her out of the sky without any trouble whatsoever, shooting a fucking grappling hook thing, and then going
and the grappling
safely.
Hook barely hooks onto.
Oh my god! They weigh half of an ounce. And by the way, when did she wake up? Yeah, the moment they touched down on the roof, and she's like, "Cool, I got all of that. Goodbye." Or was she awake and falling and just didn't have a thing? Like what? Yeah. What? Give me an hour and a half of this story, not 20 minutes. I'm pissed.
There was a lot going on in that scene.
Yeah.
It also, in top 20 greatest Batman the Animated Series episodes, this took number 19. And in top 10 most shocking moments from Batman the Animated Series, Robin punching Batman took number 9. So, okay.
Are we? Is that okay? Cool. I
Watch
mean,
Mojo.
They're cool factoids. Are we? Have we fallen this far? Icarus, did we fly
Mojo?
too close to the sun that we're like our trivs are like? Watch Mojo.
Thanks, man.
number 69 time.
Look, I was actually sort of scraping the bottom of the barrel for trips for this episode because I was surprised that there weren't more than there were on the wiki and IMDb. Like I looked through all of our like magazine archives that I always do, and then I looked through like we have specific folders for each episode's like production artwork and stuff, and I was like, there's got to be more than this, but there just wasn't. Like it just feels like such a like big deal episode, like there must be more to it. Like you even said, oh, I bet all those great graduation names are like people's real names on the production crew or something, but there's nothing about that. I also wondered, I wonder if Batman's phone number on the pager means anything when
there was a
held
69
it up, and it said, like 555-0169, and then I looked up like was January 1969 when Robin originally quit or some shit like that, and it wasn't. So I have no idea.
I think your triv. And Jamie, let me revert. I appreciate all the work you do. You are great.
Thank you.
I think the triv could always be, there are no trivs. And isn't that weird? This isn't a triv. This isn't a triv. This isn't a triv. The like Mercury, whatever diner at the beginning wasn't a thing. Like all these things just were.
What?
There was like a very like Nighthawks at the diner looking diner at the beginning of the episode. It said like Mercury Diner. Like the triv could be, that's actually nothing. The phone number is actually nothing. Can you believe
these
it?
Things are all probably something, but nobody bothers to write them down.
Because it's not you, Jamie. This is not your creation. True. You're using
nobody
your best
talked about how
skills.
the costumes were wrong.
Great triv.
Anyway, thank you. We got Keen Effects.
Wow! Keen!
Let's. Was there anything?
Yeah.
Actually, I thought it was very keen when Batgirl's on the roof and Robin's off screen and Joker's like, I thought you should have been Street Stroganoff or whatever he said. And then Robin said like, I changed the menu. And then he just fucking wallops that guy. Like he just blasts out from off frame and just punches the shit out of him. And like the movement of his cape was very keen in that. The whole movement of his body was very keen. That was a standout 2 seconds to me.
What about the what do you call it? C4 powered radar disruptor.
Yeah.
Like Batgirl's like, oh, I'm gonna get Joker to Tommy gun this thing, and that's how his plan's gonna go awry. And that
also, he
works.
could have just stopped shooting. Yeah.
He could have stopped shooting. It could have just broken, as being like shattered to pieces from all the bullets. But no. It explodes like an atomic bomb.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking it's like a GoldenEye 64 object, like a box. You just shoot a box and it explodes. Or it's just like, what was in there, man? Because
explosives.
There was a very keen effect of the like Batman and Batgirl hanging off the railing, and there's all these lights flashing and all this stuff, and then the explosion of the thing. But yeah, we were just like, I think I said it was powered by C4. I was like, what? Why the fuck did it explode like that?
Big booms.
Also kind of proved itself to not really be much of a threat because that airplane was flying right over the building and they blew it up like, a minute later and nothing happened. Joker was leading you to believe like, all I got to do is point this at the sky and every airplane in the entire county is going to be dropping like flies. And instead there's an airplane like right there and nothing happened.
Well, that's the thing. Like it seemed as though the Joker's plan was that it's going to scramble their radars. They won't know who else is in the sky, and they're going to have midair collisions, which maybe as you get closer to the airport, but also like they still have line of sight.
Yeah. And if they're on the right path already, and also I guess maybe it did scramble its radar for that 5 seconds, and then it just went like, oh, something was wrong, but now we're fine, I guess.
I guess if it was a
Don't
movie,
mind that explosion on the building.
If it was a movie, we could have had a cutaway into the cockpit with a guy going, I don't know where I am. Is this Metropolis or whatever? I'm going to crash.
Yeah. I was just flying in Gotham, but now I don't know. I must be in a different city.
Where do we go, Captain? Just go east.
Yeah. Batman will find us eventually if we just go east.
Which way is east?
I don't know. I did like also that shot of Joker checking his teeth in the mirror, which you said
that was cool. Because I love like anytime you animate a reflection, you have to animate the other side of their face. And that one was like a concave or convex, whatever mirror. So his face was all stretched, and they did a really good job with it.
Yeah, I do wish he had actual spinach, notably in his teeth. Because he just goes like, "I've got spinach in my teeth." I'm like, "No, you don't."
Yeah. We just saw it. You really don't. Good try though.
CGI, nothing. Batman's usefulness. I've got options. I got them all on the same page now. I rearranged this stuff. Let's go with this one.
What did Batman do? Did he get a 10 or only a 2? I really gotta know. Tell me now. What is Batman's usefulness?
It's a good one. It's a little long, but it's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That's what they say. Anyway, I think. I guess I don't know. What did he accomplish?
Nothing
in this. He accomplished his partner quitting.
Yeah. No, he didn't do anything. He wasn't there at the beginning. He wasn't like, other than like being a good guy as Bruce.
Well, if we approach this in what would the episode be like if he wasn't there? He was very useful in fucking up everything. Like he was very useful in making Robin quit being Robin. He was very useful in making Batgirl know who they are now.
But is that this episode? Because it sounds like to me the flashback is a separate isolated incident, and the episode that we're watching is them.
Just the like 2 minutes of Robin and Nightwing.
The very beginning, the very end of the episode.
Okay, well then he's not even there, so 0. Give him 0 batterings directly to the forehead. Apply directly to the forehead at the start. And then he kills that guy, and he says like, "Another one bites the dust." And you're like, "Did he murder him?" And then he gets up 10 seconds later.
I'm gonna follow your lead and give him a 0.0. Pathways behind a grandfather clock down to a sex dungeon
that you just accept.
Yeah.
Out of 10.
Yeah.
Cool. Where's Clayface?
Oh.
The teddy bears on the bookshelf that Batman flies into.
It's pretty good. Oh, can we talk about that bulletproof bookcase?
Yeah, he just holds it up and it blocks every bullet.
Also, who... Okay, like let's just do a little bit of role playing here, okay?
Yeah.
Like you and I we're bad guys. We got Tommy guns, and we're
going down
hate
to the sex
Batman.
dungeon. Oh,
after that, we're going down to the sex dungeon. There's a dude we're like trying to kill with guns, okay? And then he puts a bookshelf in front of him, and we're firing, and we hear it's metal, and we hear the bullets ricocheting. Do you A, hold down the trigger
Keep firing.
and don't move at all. B, stop firing. Or C, continue to fire, but strafe left or right so your line of sight changes so you have a chance of hitting the target.
Yeah. Well, it's like his feet are right there. Shoot his feet.
James Strucker, 2024.
His feet are right there. Subtitle of the episode.
I like that. Clayface though. Clayface.
Why was there a bookcase of teddy bears up on this building? Why was that there?
I guess it's like an observation deck
I guess so. Oh yeah, because that thing was already there
with like the viewing.
binoculars thing.
Yeah. I don't know where Clayface was, dude. I call them teddy bears, I guess. It seems like a throwaway, but
titty bears. Call him titty bears for all.
Call
I
him
care.
titty bears. Wow, is that a
That's
thing?
what his name. I don't know. Boob socks.
Books or hip hop?
Books.
Nice.
Okay. Top 10. You put this on the new Batman Adventures top 10. It is tough call. You've kept Cold Comfort at your number 10 for quite a while, but what do you got so far in reverse of your top 10 to remind the Dylan Pollocks of the world?
Dylan, listen here. Kyle, you too. Cold Comfort, Double Talk, Joker's Millions, You Scratch My Back, The Ultimate Thrill, Sins of the Father, Never Fear, Over the Edge, Holiday Nights, and Growing Pains.
Grow my penis.
I think
you have to really think through that one.
Yeah. Without looking at my cheat sheet, which one was Double Talk?
Ventriloquists. He's a good person now, but the dummy, they're trying to ring him back in. Yeah.
Oof.
Joe was here.
I think I am going to kick off Cold Comfort. I think,
Okay.
I like this episode. I just want it to be a little better.
Yeah. It's the potential of the episode versus the actual episode. Yeah. While you're reading your cheat sheet, I will read my top 10 in reverse. It's The Demon Within at number 10, Double Talk, Joker's Millions, Sins of the Father, You Scratch My Back, The Ultimate Thrill, Never Fear, Over the Edge, Holiday Nights, Growing Pains. Also, Ultimate Thrill is written as the ultimate spit whiskey in my mouth. Garsh. I do really want to. I feel like this deserves to be there, and I agree. And that's not just from the like nostalgia or the prior feelings about it or whatever. It's the current feelings. It's always the current feelings.
Yes,
I think I'm gonna put it at number just what you're doing, number 9.
I was gonna let you finish, but yeah, I'd already made my decision. Much like you, I'm going to put it at number 9. I'm kicking off Cold Comfort.
Shipped beef. I was like, I was sitting here going, what the hell is this episode called? What the hell is this episode called? And oh yeah, old ones. And I look up and you've written chipped beef. I mean, it might as well be, but you're not going to remember what the fuck that's supposed to be.
I like it. Like, there's a lot of things that, like, even going through the cheat sheet, like the synopsis of this episode, I think would rate higher than the synopsis of other episodes. But when you actually delve into I remember like the Roxy Rocket bullshit, like.
Well, yeah, I just even because I was like, well, it's got to be better than Joker's Millions. And I went like, no, but I had a lot more fun watching Joker's Millions. And it was just a more like entertaining episode. And then the same thing with Sins of the Father. Was like kind of like right around there because they're roughly the same sort of topic or whatever, like angsty Robin related things. But I felt like that was still more of an interesting. Who's this new guy, new baby boy Robin, and what's going on with his life and stuff. And then when we finally, it's the setup for the punchline that is this episode. But then the punchline, other than him literally punching Batman, was just kind of like
what a punchline.
Like it just. Oh, that was it. That's all. That's why they're mad at each other. That's why for every time we see Nightwing, he goes, "Get away from me!
Yeah.
You told that you were mean in front of a kid." Like I don't know.
Shut up, Batman! I'm gonna go listen to My Chemical Romance.
Pretty much. I'm gonna dress it all black now.
Do you like my bangs?
I have a mullet.
Yeah.
You always made me cut my hair. Well, I don't know. I do wonder if that means something more to most of the people listening to this. Is I want to know why.
Well, I think we'll probably find out when we go to the mail.
Yeah. which is now. This is what we do now.
Now.
And after we do that, then I'll tell Brian the name of the next episode, and he has to guess what it is. I've accidentally written the wrong show here.
And then
it's actually this one.
I'm going to tell you another secret of Jamie's.
You sure will. Okay. Oh.
That and one small extra
button, it did
yacht,
nothing.
put it on.
We drop
What we drop?
our weekly yachts
Oh yeah, those.
into the comment box. There sure was a lot.
Now Jamie's mad.
Too bad we're all,
At least I am.
just Dylan Pollock.
Kimmy recently got a new ukulele, so maybe we should tell her to like make a new song even.
Well, the next time I hop over to the big bus, we gotta get her to record the little ditty for the next show because it'll be that point by then.
Wow!
So
when do you? We gotta figure out that date.
Yeah, I figured that out.
I was also
Because
talking
I
with
need to
Tip
be there.
Apricot today about we gotta do that whole thing too. Yeah,
Yeah,
It's been a
I promise we're
long
not
time coming.
avoiding you, Tip Apricot. Just want to do it. If you want to reach out to us like the fire hand at the end of World's Finest Part 3, you can send a short-ass email, an email for your ass, or a 60-second voice message to batwagonpod@gmail.com, or leave a comment on today's episode on the Podtower YouTube channel, but please don't spoil anything past this episode for Brian.
Okay.
This is a new one. I got to go back to the start where I press that button. From
know what?
What?
You know what button you never press anymore?
What?
You know.
Probably got it. What is it? That one?
Nope.
That
Nope.
one?
Nope.
That one? Okay. Moving on to this page.
See, the
Please
fact
clap.
that it's not
Is it
number
that?
one is already a sign that
Is it this one?
no,
Is it this one?
no, way more obvious
What?
than that.
Okay, I give up.
Our theme song?
Oh. What do you mean I never do that? I do that all the time.
No,
I just don't do it as obnoxiously as I used to.
That's the problem.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway, this is from Om Darji. You have to tell me how
I'm
to say
sorry, what?
it. O-M is the first name.
Uh-huh.
And then D-A-R-J-I. Darji? I don't know. Hello, apple-bottom jeans and sex on the beach. This is my first time writing in since I've only
yeah.
been listening. I'm jeans, your beach. I've only been listening for 3 weeks since I started college at UCLA. I'm an 18-year-old comedian and entertainer, and life's been really sucking worse than Thoth Capera in Avatar. Oh, man.
Well, that's good that you're a comedian because you're going to have all of the uncomfortable material to bestow onto your fans.
Yes, they say it's been with great pomp and circumstance. I can declare that you can make me laugh on a daily basis, even when I'm crying. Until I find a Lazarus pit. P.S. How much do I have to donate to get a picture of you mewing? Oh no,
Mewing?
yeah.
What does that mean?
It's where you like suck in your cheeks and look all sexy or something. Your butt cheeks, you suck them in.
Were they talking about you or me? Or both?
I don't know. Good question.
I'll do anything for the right amount of money.
$6,000. Do the $5,000 spaghetti tier.
Jamie, can I say that is our best idea we've ever had? And I can't believe no one's taken us up on it.
The one thing we took away from Limelight Visual, it's the $5,000 spaghetti dinner. Anyway, this is from Ryan Hipp. Ryan Hipp's origin story part 2.
Oh,
Bruce is a neglectful father who creates a toxic work environment for his partners, assaults people in front of their families, and does one good thing to manipulate his kids into coming back home. Oh, and the one good thing in question is making the guy he assaulted a security guard in the world's most dangerous city, so he's dead. Jeez, this Batman sucks. Good thing I'd never run damage control for this monster by making a deceptive video essay calling the guy compassionate. What kind of loser with zero integrity would do something as embarrassing as that? It's me. Anyway, here's Boy Wonderwall. Oh, it's another video.
You know the Disney dinosaur movie you don't remember? It's had a ride for over 25 years, and it's been around almost twice as long as Back to the Future was ever open. Must be Disney magic. It's a special This Thing's Closing Soon, and I want to do it again one last time edition of this. And it's one of my favorites, one of my personal favorites, Old Wounds. And the special thing about this one is it's the other episode of New Batman Adventures I remember seeing on TV. It and Sins of the Father is probably because they were Robin, like, backstory episodes, and Robin's always been a really important character to me. Tim Drake and Dick Grayson, I love them both. And only thing is making the hyper-competent Tim Drake college Dick levels of suck in the opening there. Why? And why Dick Grayson only good at the very end of being Robin? The end.
Yeah, I mean, he did have to let Dick Grayson come into the scene, I guess, to help him. Like, that's the only reason why he sucked so bad.
Yeah.
And why was he out there by himself? Like, Batman's like, yeah, you got it tonight.
Good question.
On your own.
2 full-grown men, you're a child. Get it.
Yeah.
Also, is that like a Spirit Halloween shirt?
I don't know. I do like the background, like, soundtrack, dinosaur soundtrack happening as we
So
have
what
to
is
hear
the what ride? I didn't catch that.
It was a CGI. It was one of the earliest, like, full CG animated movies. It's called Dinosaur.
Oh.
It was a Disney movie. And I remember being really excited for it when the trailer came out, because it was this really cool shot of, it's just like a dinosaur egg in a nest, and it gets knocked out of the nest, and the camera's just following the egg, like, through all of these different patches of scenery and all this stuff, and it gets almost eaten and almost scooped up by different dinosaurs and all these things.
That sounds so
it was like,
familiar.
holy shit, this is going to be such a cool movie. And then it's just the most boring nothing. Sorry if you like it, Ryan, but there's better dinosaur movies like We're Back, A Dinosaur Story. This is from Dylan Pollock, who first sent a wave. And then I said, Dylan, this is not an MP3. And then he sent it back and said, and now it is magic. And then I said, Dylan, this is an MP3. Thank you. So here it is. Old Wounds .mp3.
It's time for the thoughts of the week from Dylan Pollock on Old Wounds, or why is Bruce's dick so chafed? Honestly, the incident with the henchman gives great reasons for both. It's urgency for Bruce to stop the Joker, so he's willing to go far, while Robin is empathizing with the son in that moment, and it works perfectly. Also, is this the only time we see Joker with the hyenas without Harley? Do they co-parent and share them? Also, just because I feel like we saw it recently in Over the Edge, how often can Barbara just be tossed from a roof? She is very lucky. Although I guess that didn't actually happen, did it? Also, it's weird that this episode comes right after Animal Act last week, where they worked together just fine. Maybe production order was way different.
No.
Anyway, I like the ending with Connor the henchman. It makes sense for why they go back to working together after Nightwing sees that. And this should really be the first time we are seeing Nightwing, no? It's got to be a production order thing. I'm sure James has already gone over it.
It's
not.
You
know what James hasn't gone over? The question of the week, his favorite part. Which Batman villain has the easiest path to redemption? Like, it wouldn't be that hard for them to go back to being a normal, functioning member of society.
Ventriloquist, I guess, which happened. That's my good call anyway. I think everyone else is too, like, has done murders. I mean, kind of Harley Quinn, I guess.
I was thinking kind of Harley, kind of Mr. Freeze. Like, he's like right on the cusp.
The cold Cuspert.
Killer Croc, Red Fang. I don't know. I'm just saying villains now.
Yeah, Red Fang, Court of Owl, Pee-Pee Newman. This is from Lorenzo Valdez, which I think it may also
Red Claw. I meant to say Red Claw, didn't I?
No, yeah, you did.
Whoops.
Bid for Sarasota to host next live podcast episode.
Okay.
James Gordon and Brian Iak. I was delighted to learn on the Animal Act podcast episode that I am not the only Yoppie dude living in Sarasota. Oh, we were joking. You are. As you mentioned that Ryan Hip lives here too. As such, Ryan definitely lives there. As such, it dawned on me that an opportunity had presented itself for me to submit Sarasota for consideration to play host to the next live podcast. Oh my God, that's quite the trip for us. I would attend, and I would imagine Ryan would attend. Well, yeah, he lives there. He'd go.
Yeah.
And perhaps Miranda Kane's retired parents could even attend as special guests. Here I thought I was going to have to wait until I won the lottery to bring you down here to my neck of the woods by purchasing a spaghetti dinner, but perhaps not. On a more logistical note, if you guys wind up seriously considering Sarasota, I work for the Sarasota Film Society, a nonprofit organization down here that operates two movie theaters. And I'm guessing I could probably work out some sort of discount or the like to use one of our movie theaters as the venue. Klana forever and always, whatever that means. Lorenzo Valdez. Thank you.
I would say, I mean, if anybody wants to pay for our airfare to like a major city, then like I would say like, yes, absolutely. We'll find a way to do it there.
Yeah.
Or just buy a spaghetti dinner. Just any spaghetti dinner. I think what our next, like our next obvious one would probably, because I'm feeling like it might be time to do it again soon, even though like the movie thing seems like it makes more sense, but maybe we just do like 2 or something.
We can figure it out. Yeah.
But like we should probably do Portland.
I was thinking
or
Portland would be good,
Seattle. I'd be down for either of those. And I do feel like New York or Boston. I kind of want to lean towards Boston just because like I sort of need an excuse to go visit the family.
Well,
but you know,
you. Who needs them? I think Portland would be perfect for one of the final things that we'll watch, but that we should not wait that long to do another one of these, obviously, and especially in the Portland area.
That's the thing. I think we could do just kind of a tour thing, and maybe what we could do is like, I don't know if you want to cut any of this out, leave this in.
We're putting it out there into the ether.
Yeah, but like, you know, we could just do like a sort of like mini tour thing. We could do like Portland on this day and drive up to Seattle on the next day, and you know, it's just we need help on the ground. I need people who know of spaces that we could do the thing.
Oh yeah.
Theaters and stuff like that, like event spaces are so expensive to rent, and there's no way we have that many fans. So if someone's got some connections and you want us to come to your come to your hometown.
Come to your story.
My brain is doing all sorts of things today.
Okay.
Then let us know if you've got like a venue space, and that will make our consideration of doing a live podcast in your town a lot more likely.
There's like roughly 1,000 people listening every single episode, so people are there.
I guess.
There's so many Dylan Pollocks. This is Euphonium Star Damage Report for Animal Act. I almost said critters. It gives me critters every time. Robin's bolas, crate, Dick's ribs, 2 walls, Batman's bolas, balancing pole, rope, Mad Hatter's hat. It's a very
Was that
short
it?
list this time. Yeah, I guess so.
Man. Okay.
Like you pointed out the fire breather last time that we didn't even mention. Like fire breathing is like a big like. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, absolutely.
You fill your mouth with lighter fluid essentially, and then you just like spit it at it, right? And it's just gone in like 2 seconds or less. And that guy was just sitting there like a human flamethrower blasting it.
And it looked like it was more like he was breathing on a stick of fire that made the thing. It didn't seem like it was like coming from him, but yeah, not lighter fluid. Don't try that at home.
Well, whatever it actually is.
Lamp oil or cornstarch. Cornstarch makes it's a bit more of a mess, but you're not going to have the dietary distress because a lot of times when you're
if you swallow it.
Well, yeah, and it's not even swallowing; it's just like holding like lamp oil in your mouth for a long time. It does start to seep in, and it messes with your digestive tract, and it's a carcinogen and all these bad things. But yeah,
well,
that was
Banana
weird.
Two-Face says Rob's Bank, and Banana Croc says Rock.
Okay,
so Banana Baby. Goo Goo Gaga translation in Patrick Star impression. Who are you people? And Banana Man Bat Squad drops Kyle and swoops down and grabs Banana Baby. Motherfucking squad. So.
Wow.
And then
Chaos.
Goo Goo Gaga.
Somebody animate this.
Yeah, we got a whole thing going on. Super Luigi 64. Barbara's little delayed flail gasp always ruins the moment for me. She's perfectly still for a few frames, then realizes the camera is running. That's when he punches him, and then it cuts to Batgirl, and she stands there for way too long, and then goes,
"Oh, yeah."
It's like it's kind of an awkward timing on that. It should have started later and ended sooner. Super Beetle. Ah, yes, my favorite Bat Family drama. Hello there, Jigsaw and Brain Teaser. Here to discuss Old Wounds or Alfred's Foolproof Plan.
Or Chipped Beef.
I love all... Yeah. What was it? Protocol Q.
Protocol Q.
We're not going to remember that. I love all the rich drama, the writers finally acknowledging that Bruce has gotten meaner since BTAS, though leaving it up to the audience as to how it happened, and post-graduation Dick emotional strain. It's all so fascinating. He's reached the point where he sees the flaws in his father and moves on. He's not entirely in the right, especially given how he treats Barbara, and yet you can follow his reasoning. You said that when he bursts into her apartment or whatever, and he's like, I need help. And she's like, what's wrong? He's like, fuck, I shouldn't have come here, and leaves.
Yeah.
And you're like, what an asshole. Yeah.
Everyone listen, that's not how you handle a crisis.
Yeah. You had to make it all the way over there from wherever you were, holding on to that like fury, and then get in there and go, shit, never mind. Bye.
At pi o'clock, no less.
Yeah, at pi o'clock. Yeah. So he knocks on the door. It's 3:14, and I said, booty call at the door. Like, oh, he always comes over at pi o'clock. I don't love how the ending tries to make Bruce seem more compassionate. Yeah, you better ask about the guy's son. You traumatized him in his own home. Of course, a little Joker goes a long way and adds a little fun to this tragic episode. Anyhow, you mother yappers stay peachy till next pod.
Okay.
Thank you. Banana Man says, all right.
Oh!
We're getting closer. We're getting closer. We're almost there.
Cool.
We're almost
all right.
back. Yeah. All right. Austin Trousers. Would you guys rather have a Penguin episode or a Mad Hatter episode? That's the real question. Penguin.
Yeah.
Solid penguin. Penguin shit. Whatever I said. Wishbone, a small dog from PBS. I'm convinced at this point that every listener of this podcast has their own banana persona. And then regarding the Yop Tower episode, 7 hours. First Banana Man starts saying different things, and now Yop is making feature-length podcasts.
That's
Guys,
more than feature-length.
Yeah, way more. Guys, I think the oldest bits of your franchise are starting to break down. Watch out, Earl. You
might be right.
Starting to do something. Yeah. Code Leg Yoko, Yopton's log number 99.
Yopton's log number 99. So there I was, back on my fresh sailing adventure after some interruptions. Alas, I look into the sky and somebody let a bunch of space Nazis out and about. Whoever made that incredibly irresponsible decision should be reprimanded for causing a sci-fi January 6th rerun featuring Food Lion brand General Zod. I elected to ignore that issue for now, though, so I could write my adulations for Balderaki Overlord Downtown Dan Reba. But I got a sense of impending dread as I rushed out of my quarters to look up and see a giant rock baby's ass make direct impact with the stern of my ship. I yelled at my crew to stop yanking on their Bat-Wagons and help repairs, and thus ends the log.
Oh my.
Wow.
You didn't say fuck you at the end like last time. I do like whatever brand you said just made me think of calling Jax or Great Value General Zod would be a good nickname, but the Walmart General Zod. Wency 209. Okay, Yoppie dudes, I have my own question of the week about you guys.
Oh.
Why do you have such strong reactions to listeners who catch up with your show in a short amount of time? If I were you, I would be happily impressed and congratulating them for doing something like that. I'm just very curious. We'll probably ask more questions like this in future episodes. Stay Yoppie.
Cool. Bring it. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
Well, I think it's just that like we don't understand how anyone enjoys the show. So when we try to make it as good as we can, but we know it's all just a bunch of bullshit. So whenever everyone's like, I love it so much, I listened to 36 episodes in 2 minutes, and we're like, how the fuck would you do that? Why did you do that?
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's a self-esteem thing and like an unworthiness, I think.
Yeah.
Like, because also again, like it's like the ambiguity of doing a podcast. Right.
Sure.
Like we're just like, okay, like hopefully people like this, and you put it out and you hear the mail, and it's like, well, it's 2 weeks, right? After we record, because it's like roughly a week. We record, it's roughly a week, it gets released. They write, and then we have another week before we record again and hear the things that.
It's 1 week time, but it's okay.
I mean, the last podcast was released like
okay,
5 days
whatever,
ago.
you know, yeah.
But
okay.
Anyway, I don't know. For me, it's just a very like, it's strange. It's strange that people listen. And when people like really like it and really listen, I don't know, it freaks me out.
Well, yeah, if we sat here and went like, oh my God, you listen to so much in so little time, like that's so cool, thank you. I'd almost feel like more of an asshole. Like, yeah, you're supposed to do that.
Yeah,
it's so good. But instead,
why haven't you bought us like 15 Yoppie bibs? What gives? You're really slacking, listener.
Brian and I are two guys that do cool things and are like good at doing them. But then whenever someone says, "Hey, you're good at that," we go like, "Shut up. Fuck you. That's not, you're not right.
Get the fuck out of here. We don't have time for that."
But it could be better.
Yeah.
It could be so much better, and it isn't. Sorry about that. To those who listen to an episode, no, they're not listening now, but listen to an episode of this and then go, "Oh, this sucks." Like, yeah, you're right. Thank you for not listening anymore. Ashley Tutchin says, "I don't know what Australians you've been hanging out with, Brian, but I think they had a bad influence on you. I've never heard of the song Roots Bloody Roots, but I never would have thought it was about anything naughty. So thanks for putting that idea in my head."
I am definitely hanging out with the naughtiest of Australians. No question about it.
I didn't even know what you were talking about when you said that, but maybe I don't want to know.
There's an Australian slang for the term, like rooting.
Oh, I can guess what it is.
Probably.
Okay. This is from LexCorp Cares. Sent from Metropolis Mayor Franklin Berkowitz's abandoned office.
Good morning, Julia Childs and Bobby Flay. Yeah, I just have one quick question I'm looking for clarification on. Didn't know if you could help me out. You see, I recently heard that Bruce Wayne employs one former criminal and asks about how their kid is doing every day, and that's seen as him being like a great guy or something. And then when Lex, beautiful shining-headed paragon of Metropolis, goes into his office, which is comprised like entirely of criminals, current, not former, they keep it up, and says, "I know where your children live," that's what the Daily Planet described as a toxic, both in the metaphorical and literal sense, workplace. Yeah, and I just don't understand where that is. That's more children tracked and more criminals employed. That's got to be better by like a magnitude of 1,000 minimum, right? Anyways, I got to get going. A few of those little scamps wriggled out of their microchipping appointments, so I'm just going to go track them down real quick. Oh, there's one. Bye.
Microchipping appointment. Children tracked. God.
Wow.
I appreciate that LexCorp Cares comes in to kind of like keep Lex Luthor in our thoughts every week, because forgetting that we had not had very many Superman episodes lately in general, but Lex Luthor has been in none of them for quite a while. So it's been a nice reminder that he's there and he's watching over us at all times. Jordan Newman, GCN Musical Moment. I had to talk real fast. There was more I had to cut. Old wounds.
You're listening to GCN, Gotham City News with Jack Ryder. Tonight's top story, Nightwing and Robin were spotted beating up muggers in an alley. And that's all that happened in Gotham tonight. Now over to the music. I had a lot to say about the music. I wanted to point out the dark but kind of hopeful music, kind of wondrous music playing when Barbara is shown the Batcave. I thought that was cool, kind of mirroring what she must be thinking at the time. I really loved the heartbreaking music that plays when Dick and Batman have their big falling out. But there's a couple bars in there of sort of hopeful music, like he's going to grow up and become his own person now. And that same melody appears at the end and then transitions into the Nightwing theme, completely upbeat. I thought that was really cool. And of course, I really loved that the Joker motif shows up and plays on TV diegetically, which is like the second or third time that's happened. And I think it's really funny that means the Joker just has a theme in this universe. I know I bring it up a lot, but I think it's hilarious. Never apologize for loving your fandom and try to stay optimistic.
That's very, I didn't know. It never clicks that that's not just the music, but yeah, it totally is. I didn't ever think about that. The music that's playing whenever he punches Batman and drops his stuff, his mask and whatever. Yeah, it is like a ba da 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 da, and then that becomes ba 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 when he's Nightwing. Like it's an in between theme. I don't know if he really had a Robin theme before. If he did, I don't know what it is. Jordan, tell us. But
it was something else from Willy Wonka.
Yeah, he has got the golden ticket. But yeah, no, I like that. I like when they actually pay attention to that stuff in the compositions.
And I really appreciate, like, everyone's got strengths and blind spots.
Blind as a bat.
And I love having that, like, oh yeah, if you were paying attention, you could have noticed this thing. Like, oh, that's really cool, actually.
Well, we were listening to episode 77, I think, in the car.
Holy shit.
Like we're literally half behind perpetually. Yeah. And we had mentioned something about like, maybe we should have a segment where we talk about the music specifically, like we do with everything else. But then we always just have Jordan to cover that in a minute's time. And so it's fine.
I really like leaning into the listeners to like take over responsibilities that we should be doing.
Because it's better, you know. Eric LeBeau, Old Wounds, or Brian better have liked the Alfred pretending to be Batman bit because that's peak Alfred.
Yeah, that's great.
Wow. I can't believe Dwayne The Rock Johnson gave you the people's knee 141 times in the dick. Rock! He didn't even give you a chance to hit him. He just picked you up and went on and on for 20 minutes. It was a boring match, but damn if it wasn't cathartic. Rock! Well, that doctor I totally called said you have to lay in bed with your arms and legs tied down for about 3 weeks. Rock! Don't worry. I promise to bring you back a rotisserie chicken every day. If I can remember it. Okay, thanks, bye. Whew, finally some peace for once. I haven't talked about an episode in weeks. I always like seeing the Robins bond in any kind of Batman media. It kind of helps build up the sibling dynamic of the found family. I do wish this episode was a two-parter, though, so we could have seen what happened with Dick after he left the Bat family. Though I do have one question for Dick about his flashback.
How did you know about the parts you weren't there for?
Overall, I'd give the episode 4 thugs definitely put into shock after Batman's flying kick out of 5. Until next time, keep calm and yap on.
Very good point. Yeah, who knows? Kyle Naranya, Old Wounds. I'm currently unable to voice record as I'm being carried through the air by Banana Man Bat. I'm not currently sure where we are going, but thankfully I have no interference with my data, so I was still able to watch this week's episode. I have a feeling that Brian didn't really like this episode. Oh, hi, Jessica, coming out of the bathroom.
Hi, Jessica, coming out of the bathroom.
Say hello to yourself a year from now in the car.
Hello.
Nice.
God, she's a natural.
Yeah, I know. She should take over. I have a feeling that Brian didn't really like this episode. In my opinion, the Bat family is most interesting when there's conflict. Yeah.
What if we had like Alora and Jessica do an episode?
That would be good. Yeah, they can just pretend to be us. Or not. They can be themselves. In my opinion, the Bat family is most interesting when there's conflict. They all view crime fighting in such different ways. It also shows that even though Bruce is typically very dedicated to crime fighting, that he still does the right thing for those who deserve it. I really like seeing the BTAS designs in the new Batman Adventures art style. I'm curious if you guys, as well as the listeners who don't like the new Batman Adventures designs, would like them better if they looked like the flashback. Stay Yoppie, the one and only Kyle Naranya. What does that mean, if they looked like the flashback? I'm
also confused by that. I feel like I missed something.
I don't know if the flashback was the B-Test ones, because that's what it should have been. That's what he Cooney Phoenix, you pulled out of the swamp.
Love it.
Oh man, I really needed this. I've had an interesting last couple weeks. Thank you. And y'all may be joking about the listener laughing throughout, but I am at least cackling on the street with my bag of groceries. Also, Animal Act is one of those episodes that is, to me, so mid I entirely forgot it happened until someone reminds me it exists. Correct. Always interesting to hear ones like this be analyzed in ways I wouldn't have even considered. Also, can I say, the Mad Hatter redesign is one of the few I hate. He looks like a fucking naked mole rat. And he went with the ugliest shades of green too. Jesus fucking
Is that
Christ.
a Kim Possible reference?
I mean, I don't think necessarily, but it does look a lot like the Kim Possible mole rat. Anyways, okay, have a great week until the next Yop. Thank you, Cooney. It's always good to hear from you more than just the song.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh my God, we got Batgirl Fangirl popping back in. After I think she commented on some Watchtower database thing, and I said like, "Hey, we miss you on the podcast."
Aww.
I had to do it. Old Wounds, what a wonderful episode. I simply love this one. My favorite scene in all the DCAU is when Babs enters the Batcave for the first time and Alfred utters the line, "I see you've discovered our little secret. I admit it, I'm Batman." Had me rolling every time I hear it. This one has everything: drama, tension, humor. It's beautifully animated and scored. I'd have loved for Barbara and Batman to have been wearing their earlier bat suits, but realize, yes, good, correct. But realize in the new art style, that would have been great. I love the Lost Years comic it's based on, too. I hope Brian gets to see it one day. It's the other way around, but yes. Brilliant podcast as usual. I continue to enjoy them. Sorry I can't stop longer, but I promised the people at work that I'd help them clean out the fridge. 5 stars and 5 handy-dandy radar disruptors. Thank you. That was a fucking terrible excuse.
I'm sorry, something's come up. I have to go. Instead, no, I have to help the guys at the dorm clean out the fridge. What the fuck?
He should have pulled a Clark Kent and just spilled coffee all over himself.
Yeah.
He was wearing like a white suit. He could have pulled it off.
He could have spilled it on her too. Splash coffee on her. Oh, my suit. I gotta go.
Sorry. See you at pie o'clock. like always. We have a couple left here.
Okay.
So one of these I was requested to play last, but I'll play the unknown here first. It just says goodbye, unknown final.mp3.
Welcome back, Yoppers, for the last time.
Thank you.
This has been a long and annoying road to finally get to here, and I just have to say thank you guys for putting up with it. Through rhymes and games and clues that fully flew over your head, I get it. This was annoying, but I hope you guys at least got a few laughs in and had a fun time guessing some characters. So finally, yes, James and Brian, I kidnapped Miss Bambi. But why? Because she just can't get proper spelling correct. And no, don't worry, I wasn't expecting you to figure out that why. That was just a joke on my end with Ryan Hip. As for who I am, you should know. I end everything the same way. Till next time. Till next time. Till next time. Till next time.
Till next time. Till next time. Goodbye.
What? See, I did a thing. I tried to cheat, and the last time that we had a unknown message, I pitched it up in Premiere when I was editing the episode to see if I could tell whose voice it was, and I didn't recognize it. So that didn't even help at the end there. But the final one is from True Score. It says, please play Last James, Old Wounds, or Moldy Cocoons, or Oh My God, a voice message.
Wait, so is that not... Mark Aquino says until next time, right?
No, he says till next week.
Oh, till next week. Smoke
but I don't memorize people's sign-offs.
Fuck, man. Why not?
Welcome back, Yappers.
Whoa. I'm honestly not really sure. It just came over me. It's like Ryan Hip trapped some dark entity intent on annoying you guys in me. Oh, wait. Maybe that was me? I don't know. Anyway, time for my 12th voice message. Oh, wait. Again. No, that's actually my first voice message. Well, this episode was great. It's one of my favorites. I wait for it whenever I do a rewatch because it just shows how great these characters are in such a perfect level. I just love it. Mark Hamill does some okay Joker stuff here. Lauren Lester is definitely a standout for me, but even the animation felt like one of the better ones we've had in, well, recent. But poor Barbara. She really has a problem in TMBA with falling off buildings, and she needs to work on that, I think, or maybe the villains just need to stop doing it, but this one definitely holds a place in my top 10. Till next time, guys.
Oh,
damn it, there it is.
I need to know what was said, though. I like how the why of kidnapping Miss Bambi actually was just to lead up to Brody sending a voice message, I guess.
I really like that with the whole like spelling her name wrong or whatever. It's just like so on par with Hot Fuzz. Have you seen Hot Fuzz?
Yes, but I'm trying to remember what gag you're referring to.
Like all of the like figuring out why they're doing it was just for all the dumbest reasons.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Just for
okay.
fear of spoilers,
yeah,
I don't want to say anything else, but it was just
sure.
That really? That you did that for that?
Yeah.
Kind of similar.
The commentary on the voice acting, though, reminded me how when you know, it's only been like 2 years in universe and production wise between BTAS and this show, where like when Nightwing first showed up, he's like, Lauren Lester's clearly like doing a lower voice now. And then in the flashbacks, and he's back to doing his like BTAS dick voice. And I just thought it was funny that he has to like reverse that to do to get back into character. Yeah.
Yarp.
Last first, we got Mark Aquino. Old Wounds or Nightwing's big old trauma dump. For some reason, YouTube wouldn't let me upload my comment for the week. Maybe they have some new guideline about using the word trauma? I don't know. But hey, shout out to Lenola Cola for being first this week. Have that one on the house. They had left. I still can't believe the Mad Hatter became more of a clown than the Joker, is what it said. Anyway, it's the one that made fans go, so wait, is this the same as BTAS? But his costume is different. I'm so confused. Mommy, fix it, mommy. That's me. Questionable costume continuity aside, this is a great episode. Solid writing, great performances from all the leads, especially from Lauren Lester. Good stuff all around. Really not much else to say that hasn't been said already by James in his Watchtower videos and practically everyone else who's watched it. But it's great. There are moments where art style aside, one could mistake this for a BTAS episode. Best line of the episode, of course, comes from Joker. Hey, do I hit your kids? Oh, wait, I actually do. Although that line has an even more sinister connotation to it, given the Jason Todd of it all. That was the Robin that they didn't include because Joker killed him with a crowbar.
Yeah. Wow. That's dark.
We got another Bus Begusta bear hugs to the number one podcast host in this here multiverse of ours, James A. Janis. And Brewmeister Meisterbrew.
I'll take it.
Praise to our Lord and Savior, Dylan Pollock. Keep up the great work on your own podcast. Remember to tell Gab that she rules. Otherwise, likewise, not otherwise. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. To all his loyal disciples, all the names. It's Friday now.
Hell yeah.
And all the awesome sauce listeners of this Yoppie community of ours, you're all the absolute best. Don't you ever forget that. It's spooky season once again, so what's everyone going to be for Halloween? I'm going as a debonair devil this Friday for emo night. Of course you are.
Mm-hmm.
The second costume is TBD. Might be Wolverine, might be something else, still figuring it out. Doorbell rings. I go to answer it and open the front door. What the? Me am Bizarro Banana Mark. God damn it. Wait, if you're the banana variant of Bizarro Mark, then where's the variant of me? You don't want to know. Until next week's smoke bomb. That'll be blown out by a big old whoosh because I just flew away, baby. I am the blue Monstar from Space Jam. This is my Halloween costume.
Wow.
Because our kiddo is going as Sully from Monsters, Inc., the big blue dinosaur monster. And we were like, what other Monsters, Inc. characters could we be? That doesn't make sense with the size of the characters. So Jessica's being Cookie Monster, and I'm being whatever that Monstar's stupid name is. Because I'm a tall guy. I have the basketball jersey, and I'm just going to carry a basketball. I got a blue morph suit. It'll be great.
I'm not really, I guess, planning on dressing up for anything, but I do have a show on Saturday, so tomorrow.
A show?
Yeah, I'm doing a performance as a there's a show I'm a part of with they're doing a famous dead icons kind of like all the performers doing things. So I'm gonna do a Buster Keaton contact juggling piece. So I guess I'm dressing up as Buster Keaton, kind of, roughly.
Yeah, that's all you had to say.
Yeah.
Nobody cared about the context.
Okay, cool.
Can you just stop talking on this podcast?
Yes.
No one wants to hear what you have.
Check this.
Oh my God. Well, in silence, if you, the next name of the next episode is called Nighttime. What show is it, first of all? Mouth it to me or something.
I turned the volume back up.
Oh, okay. Do you want to know which night it is? Nighttime?
Ooh, yes.
It's the K one. Knight time.
That's
Superman or Batman.
That's too simple.
Is it? I'm giving you big eyeballs.
I can't tell if that is a yes, it's obviously Batman, or a no, it's not Batman, and this is misleading.
I don't know.
Oh, I know that look. It's Superman.
It's Superman. It's another crossover.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What do you want to guess happens?
This is a Superman-Batman crossover.
I mean, Batman is in the episode.
It's Superman and the Black Knight from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Superman and the Black Knight from Scooby-Doo.
Is there Black Knight and Scooby-Doo?
There is, yeah. Gross. I had the tape as a kid. That's all I know.
Oh, okay.
I had so many tapes.
All the tapes?
Yeah. Nighttime.
Superman's gonna come to the rescue of Metropolis.
Yeah. That's where the airplane thought it was.
Yep.
We have 12 episodes of Superman left, 6 episodes of Batman left, 9 episodes till we start another show. And then we got to get Kimmy to record a ukulele thing so that we can have a applicable thing. Also, I guess I'll just say it on here. If you've made it this far, listener, I'll probably put it in the Discord as well. But if you have an idea, Brian doesn't know what the next show is, but if you have an idea for how I can draw the main character on the new logo pulling the wagon, give me pose ideas, because I'm running dry. We have Batman begrudgingly pulling the wagon. We have Superman facing the wagon, trying with all his might to lift it up. I need a new pose for the next character that I'm putting for the new show. So if people can give me ideas for that. Why do you look so confused? What am I saying that's confusing?
I'm just trying to figure if it's a physical thing that this person's unable to
Oh no, it's just a person. I just need to know. I just can't think of what zany thing they should be doing. But
pushing.
Yeah, just stop. Please, enough. All right. Well, that's it.
Okay, that's it.
Now we leave.
We can do that. Watch this.
Wow!
What's a shocking secret about me to end the show with? Whatever it was we said at the top that was a funny joke.
Jamie, could you do a quick
rundown of secrets about myself? Pick one.
Type "Hello, my name is James" on your keyboard.
Okay.
Okay, listener, he did that with only 2 fingers.
I did do that with only 2 fingers. And then I slammed the spacebar a bunch to make you mad.
Yeah.
That's what I would do across the hall at our offices at Big Bus, and you get real mad.
It was unreal. It just echoing through the halls, the spacebar. But the fact that you can type so fast with 2 fingers has always astounded me.
Was that fast? What was it? Hello. Hi, my name is James. That's what I'm supposed to type?
Something like that.
It's not that fast. I also typed, hi, my name's is James.
Yeah, but still, it's a 2-finger thing. It's a 2-finger thing. That's the secret. Okay, let's get out of here.
It's a cool secret. Goodbye.
Bye.
Wow! Keen!
I think this is yours, Connor.
Oh, thanks. But you almost gave me a heart attack. I thought you were the Batman.
No.
I ran up against him once. It was a real eye-opener. Forced me to get my life together. Now I've got this great job. Even Mr. Wayne knows me. Terrific guy. Never too busy to stop and ask how my boy's doing.
Mr. Wayne is a good man.
Guess Batman had a change of heart. Who'd have thought he had one? Speak of the devil. You coming?
I guess it's about time.
Jump on the Bat-Wagon is hosted by the Watchtower Database. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for DC Animated Universe videos on a regular basis. This podcast is edited and produced by yours truly, James Strecker. Musical themes by Kimmy, Cooney Phoenix, Viltsu, Eric LeBeau, Jordan Blumen, my mother, and of course, my smooth co-host, Brian, Brother Broderick Meneely. To buy us a Yoppie beverage and hear your name read in a future episode, or to nab yourself a Yoppie Dude t-shirt, please visit the links in today's show notes. Thank you for supporting the show. You can hear more on today's DCAU episode by checking out our friends over on the DCAU Review and Tim Talk podcasts. Please leave us a 5-star review on your app of choice. You'll damn well hear it read on the show. If you'd like to reach out to us like the fire hand at the end of World's Finest Part 3, you can email batwagonpod@gmail.com or leave a comment on the Podtower. New episodes of Jump on the Bat-Wagon are released Fridays on all your favorite podcast feeds and watchtowerdatabase.com. And we'll see you next episode, same PP time, same poo-poo channel.